Hey guys, this is Cam and this is the HTC Desire 820. One of this year's mid-range devices. It was launched onto the market just a couple of months ago, but we finally managed to get our hands on it, and I'm going to unbox it for you and give you my first impressions of this device and see whether I think it's worth any money. Let's get into the unboxing. So this is the HTC Desire 820 in a packaging that will look very familiar to anyone who's had an HTC device before. And if we move the phone off to one side, we can actually get a proper look at what's inside the packaging. Now first up, you will see your usual collection of paperwork. This will be your quick start guide and your legal information, your warranty information. And of course you also get your USB cable. This full USB to micro USB, as is always the case these days. You also get a set of fairly cheap looking headphones. They do look fairly comfortable and quite sturdy, but I'm not pinning my hopes on these being fantastic in terms of sound. And of course your power adapter, which comes with the usual USB output on the top. Now if we put everything back into the box, we can have a proper look at the phone itself. Now as you can see, it's quite a large device and it's mostly made of plastic. But a lot of the plastic has got this sort of blue tint or whatever colour you end up getting all the way around the edges, and it adds a sort of a nice contrast. But we're going to remove this film, and this is undoubtedly the best part of unboxing any phone. The more film, the better. Now that huge screen on the front is a 5.5 inch 720p display, and it's got Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. Now if we have a look on the right hand edge, you'll see you've got your power and volume rocker. On the left hand edge you have your ports for your nano SIM and micro SD card. On the back we have a 13 megapixel camera capable of 1080p recording, or you can record at 720p at 60 frames per second. The front one is an 8 megapixel one, also capable of shooting in 1080p. And on the bottom edge we have the usual micro USB slot. You also get boom sound speakers on the top and the bottom, and that's why this phone is actually quite large. You can see it here compared to the iPhone 6. It's a little bit thicker and it is quite a lot taller, but it's not quite as tall as an iPhone 6 Plus. But if we run through some specs quickly, like I mentioned, it is a 720p display, but it's powered by an unusual Snapdragon 615 chip. Now this is made up of two quad-core chips, a 1.5 GHz and a 1.0 GHz chip. Also along with that comes the Adreno 405 graphics chip and 2 GB of RAM. Now it's loaded with Android 4.4.4 with HTC's Sense UI 6 on it. So if you've got a modern HTC device, this will look very, very familiar from the outset. It's also powered by a 2600 mAh battery, which may not seem like that much, but when you consider that the screen isn't that high a resolution compared to some of the higher end phones, it should easily get you through a day and a half. It's also equipped with LTE Category 4 and Wi-Fi 802.11 A, B, G and N. So overall then, it's definitely a plastic device, which won't suit you guys who like something a little bit more premium, but it does still feel pretty well made. The screen is okay, but I'm going to spend some more time with this and give you my full thoughts at a later date and bring you my full review, so don't forget to stay tuned for that. I'm Cam, I'm at phonedog_Cam on Twitter. You can follow me, ask me any questions, give me any suggestions on there, or of course, use the comments down below and I'll get involved as and when I'm able to. I will see you again soon.